What's up, everybody? It's Doc Fortune. I was struggling a little bit on Risk of Rain. Super tired today, and I was just eating shit. I was not doing good. So we're gonna try some Rimworld. Rimworld has given me trouble in OBS before, so I really hope this works. It looks like it's working. I've had tweaks that I made to it in the past that made it work, but the first two times I did Rimworld streams, they looked terrible. So hopefully this one looks okay. Let me just walk you through what we're going to do. I do run some mods. Vanilla expanded framework mostly adds animals, but I think a lot of these animals are just base game now with Odyssey. Endangered animals, royal animals. I'm pretty sure the peacocks are just base game now. Vanilla factions expanded empire, so it just adds more to the empire. This adds more to the high mates because as they're just a boring race that doesn't do very much. We have vanilla factions expanded settlers, and this adds in kind of like bandits and robbers and I guess industrial era units and type factions and people. I'm gonna be honest, the whole reason I got it was because of the apparel. It just adds cool clothes, so that's it. Got some extra furniture. We got plants expanded. Animals are fun, which means when we can play with our pets and it gives us recreation. Alpha implants allows us to give animals implants. We have Psycast expanded, which allows our Psycast to be chosen from like a skill tree almost, instead of just getting them randomly from whatever. I mean, I don't like the randomness. We do prepare carefully. It helps us make starting pawns. Make a special starting kind of scenario with this Rich Explorer, and it's easier to do it in this than it is to edit the scenario. You can do all the same things, but it's just easier in this, so I just use this for that. This gives animal armor, and I want to be able to, I use animals a lot, so I want to be able to make armor for my animals, because they always end up getting shredded after like 12 raids. Replantable anima trees, so we can move the anima tree, and I turn off filth. I still build my base as if all the facilities are, you know, built out of the clean tile and things like that for cleanliness, but I just hate that there's always blood and snot and piss and shit all over my base, no matter what I do, no matter how much I clean it. I've tried every way I can think of to get it down to manageable, and there's just so much dirt all over my base all the time. I'm just modding it out. So that's it. That's the mod list. And we're gonna go new colony, Rich Explorer. Next, we're gonna take Randy. We're gonna do strive to survive and reload anytime. Just in case there's any bugs or crashes, we can just go back to where we started. And then the seed is dice. I like that. So we're gonna try and generate this world and find a starting location. My ideal starting location is mountainous or large hills with marble and limestone. But I'll settle for marble and anything else if the location is good enough. So this is pollution. We don't want to settle near that. We want to get kind of near the middle of the planet though. So let's look over here. Granite, sandstone, marble. I kind of want two things. Marble and sandstone, that's pretty good. This has caves, so we don't want that one, because caves have bugs in them. We're just going to go here. We're going to load our saved religion, which is Astro-Smokeism. I'll show you when we get into the game what it is, and then we can prepare carefully. We're going to load a preset. I have a guy set up for this Rich Explorer, So he's got some Devil Strand. He's a little bit better off in the clothing department. He's got kind of mediocre stats, but he does have a few passions that came with the backgrounds that I rolled up for this guy, or just whatever his base model was. But I did bump his plants up to 8 because I want him to be able to plant Heal Root. So that's really the main thing that I changed from his stats. Free Thinker gives him some bonuses: shooting, artistic, social, intellectual, and Spy Master gives him +3, +3, +4 on shooting, melee, and social, so he's got a pretty good social because of that. Let's check our equipment. I gave us a uranium mace, so we just have a melee option to the charge rifle, and then I gave us a specific dog so I can make it my doggy. So we're gonna land and start looking for a good place to build our base. Let our guy pop out here, and then I'm gonna pause the game. I'm going to allow this by pressing F, and I'm gonna have him equip it. Okay, now we're armed, and now I'm just gonna turn on the terrain affordance. So all this orange area, I know I can't build in this. So that sucks, because right here where we landed, there's a bunch of shit that's like right in our way. But this is pretty cool. We could build this up. Same with right here, but there's a little bit of shit in the way. One thing I'm going to do is get my planning tool, and I'm gonna plan out the area that's gonna be 6 by 6 over these. If you see the 4 squares over the vent, that means you did it right. But that's how big a geothermal vent is, and eventually we're going to build these here for power. So I know I'm not going to have this space in the future. I'm just going to block it out now and plan around it. I always do this for the geothermal vents. We probably won't use this one, but here it is. So we're going to block it out anyway. I feel like this... it's pretty close to the edge of the map, so we might wall this all in. One thing I'm going to do is turn on the fertility overlay, and I can see I have good fertility on the soil here and here, a little bit right here, a lot right here. So I want to kind of consider building the kitchen near this, because I can grow a lot of food from right here. So what I'm going to do, let me turn this back on, and I'm going to get my planning tool. Yep. And then I know I'm going to need 11 by 11 for most of my buildings. This is just a good general plan to start out with if you don't know what you want to build or how you want to build. 11 by 11 squares are really useful just because they have a lot of ways that you can build within them. And so I'm going to turn the fertility overlay off, and I can kind of see that this is like lining up with my power generators here. So that's good. If you look at the resources on the map and you don't know where to start building, you can kind of figure it out by looking to see where the best stuff is. This is almost perfect, how this goes right up to the edge of this. And we know we're going to get a good 6 spaces out of this. So if that's just our base alone, we could probably do the whole thing right there, just like that. But there's so much space right here that I'm kind of want to mine all this. Is there any overhead? Let's take a look. I'm going to leave that on so we can see where to build, but this is our roof visibility over here on the bottom right, so we're going to toggle that on. There is some overhead roof, but it's not heavy, I don't think. I don't know. Like the dark green, I think, is heavy. So I think we can mine this without it collapsing like a roof. It should be fine. But that'll give us more room, and then we can kind of build this way and up around this. Yeah. So we'll just start with these. But this is a problem because all of our shit's down here, and we know our base is going to be up here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put a stockpile zone right here for the majority of our stuff. But I'm going to remove some things. I'm going to go to raw resources. I'm going to take out stone blocks, jade, obsidian, plasteel, steel, uranium, and wood. Because those things can more or less sit outside. So now I'm just going to create a separate stockpile for those things right here. I'm just going to make it all the way up here. And we're going to go to this one. We're going to clear all. But we're going to allow the things that we disallowed from the previous one. So jade, obsidian, plasteel, steel, uranium, and wood. And stone blocks. And chunks. Because this is where we're going to haul our chunks to make stone blocks. The next thing I'm going to do is set up my dumping stockpile, which is basically just going to be a place to put corpses. It needs to be somewhere out of sight where your people won't run past it a lot, because they'll get a mood debuff. So you need to find somewhere that's just kind of crap or useless and stick them there. Let's see. We don't want it to be so far from our base that they're gonna run all the way somewhere crazy to drop these bodies. I'll make it right there, and I'm actually gonna shrink this a little bit. We're just gonna remove chunks from this because we already want chunks to go into this stockpile. Alright. I know that's a lot of setup. This is all shit that I do before I kind of get ready. I'm going to allow all this stuff so that my guy will haul it. Now that we have a stockpile zone, we're going to allow this. We're going to allow this. All the stone. Our components, our gold, our wood. I think we got everything. Another thing I need to do is set this guy up so that he does what I want him to properly. Manual priorities. All these are going to 1, except for bed rest. We'll put it at 2. Basic is 1. Warden is 1. And right now, hauling is 1. Hang on. We're going to put construct at 1. And what I'm going to do is I have a stockpile right here. So I'm going to build this up. And I want him to do this first. That way, when he starts getting things into the stockpile, they'll automatically stop deteriorating. They'll be covered. Okay, so I just built wood walls here, and because we have 11 by 11, we have an odd number, an odd space in the middle, which is just perfect for doors. I'm going to put 4 doors. This is basically our storeroom. It's going to hold all of our stuff. I'm going to I'm going to unpause and kick up the speed. And what he's going to do now is go collect all the wood to build this and start building it. We have the wood, it's not in a stockpile yet, but because our guy knows that we own that wood, so he's just going to use it until he runs out of it. I think we might have enough to finish this room. We want to go ahead and build this up first too, so we can have a room to sleep in. That way we don't get a mood debuff for sleeping outside. He's taking recreational time because we don't have his schedule set. So he's just doing whatever the hell he wants. I'm okay with this right now. We can go ahead and do his recreation. And then we're going to change his schedule when he stops. Work all day, and then the last 3 hours I'm putting recreation. He already did it, so he might just go to sleep. There we go. He's getting the wood to finish this. He keeps botching the construction. That's annoying. because then he has to run all the way back. He'll chop these things to build this, so that gives him a little bit of wood, and that way he doesn't have to run. And now as he's putting the roof up, he's going to chop all this down, and of course it's going to go right into the stockpile out here. So that'll be okay. You see it says colonist needs beds. So what I'm going to do is build this, but I'm going to build it outside so it's not dark. And then I'm going to select him and hit shift and right click this, so that as soon as he's done doing this recreational thing, he's going to go get the wood and build this bed. It's normal, so that's okay. We got good, okay quality. He's going to cut all this stuff down. Oh, we still have our roof overlay on. That's why all that green is appearing. So we can turn that off. Let's see. Our pet is age 4. She has a disease. So let me select her again. Just going to rename this to my sweet doggy. And we're going to right click our guy and prioritize tending her. I don't think we have medicine, so she just got a minor tend, but it looks okay. I'm going to set her to Rimworld medicine just for one tending, so the next one she gets is a big boost, because that's the only kind of medicine we have right now. But we'll plant some ASAP. I'm going to move this inside, and then I'm going to put a bed for her inside as well. We don't want to sleep her outside, especially because these predators are hungry when they wake up, and they'll try to hunt her right away. So I need to set her, yeah, she's on Rimworld. Instead of having, I'll let him finish this. He needs to build this roof, and then we're going to put his hauling to 2. So this is the only thing that we've had set up. He's feeding the sick doggy. We can look at her health and monitor the disease. If we hover over it, the plague is at 25% and her immunity is at 27. So she's beating it, but just slightly. So we want to get her a good tending. We'll spare some Rimworld medicine for the sweet doggy and get her immunity way out ahead of it. There we go. He's reinstalling this. Now we'll sleep inside whenever he's ready. A lot of our shit is still deteriorating on the ground, but it's not a huge deal. This component has 65 out of 70. If it gets down to 1, that component will work just as good as if it was 70. So you just want to get it before it gets to 1. Same with a lot of this stuff, which is not deteriorating as fast. Silver doesn't deteriorate outside, so we could leave it in the outside stockpile. But raiders will steal it sometimes when they beat you to death or beat you unconscious. They'll just take stuff and leave, so I always put that in the room. That way they don't have the option, they have to break into a room to steal it. Just trying to follow this guy on the camera. We can zoom out and watch him. He's gonna eat, and I guess it's dark because it's an eclipse, but it's not quite his recreation time yet. So he's just hauling. He has nothing else to build, and hauling is his next priority. I have construction at 1, so he'll do that first. But then everything else is at 3, and hauling is at 2. So he'll check to see if there's something to build, and then he'll check to see if there's something to haul, and then he'll check to see if there's all this other shit. So he's doing the hauling now, and we want him to take it to our stockpile right here. But it's his bedtime. Let's check on the disease here and make sure it's not getting out of hand. She's well ahead of it. I think we're okay. We'll keep an eye on that. We don't want anything bad to happen, but I think she's okay without giving more Rimworld medicine. We need recreation variety, so our guy doesn't have enough stuff to do. So one thing you can do is build a horseshoe pin somewhere. I'm going to build it in the sand so nothing obstructs it. And then he'll go over here, we'll select him, and we'll even have him prioritize it after he gets done with whatever he's doing next. and he'll go build it. She's got major plague, but she's ahead of it by about 4 points. The eclipse is over, so that's good. Everybody does more stuff quickly when they're in the light. When they play horseshoes, it gives you like a very minute amount of experience on shooting, but it does improve your shooting. I think other things, let's see. Recreation. Chess trains your intellectual skills, so I think your intelligence or your research or something like that. Okay, so we got an event, torrential rain. It's going to make it rain and flood, so this area is going to flood. We're not super close. This might flood. I just want to get all this stuff inside so it doesn't get damaged too much by the torrential rain. And then I'll start planning out the farm. Looks like he's got it. So I'm going to go up here and make a growing zone, and I'm going to turn on the fertility overlay, and I'm going to make this first patch right here into rice. There we go, rice. Then I'm going to make, okay, so Mei Mei is no longer incapable of walking. She got immunity, so that's good. What are we doing? This is our growing zone. So I'm going to expand another zone. I'm going to start it right here and take it up to here. And then I'm going to make sure I get this and this. Whoops, that can't connect. It's just not connected enough, I guess. There we go. And then I'll expand this out a little bit more. And we'll make this corn. Okay, so I got these, and then I want to make another zone right here. This is going to be my heel root. Just expand that out, expand that out. There we go. And then I'm going to make another zone right here. This is going to be smoke leaf. I'm going to expand it to right here, and then I'm actually going to shrink it, because we don't need that much. I'm going to expand this one more, and then, yeah. I'm going to expand another zone right here, and we're going to make this cotton. And this probably won't be enough, but it'll get us started. So that uses all the fertile soil right here that we have, so that's pretty good. Whenever he's done with this, you can turn off the fertility overlay so the map looks normal. And I'm sure he'll go get to it at some point, but we still have some wood, we still have some steel, we have plenty of meals, so we need to get the growth, the food growing, because I'll show you why. Our religion is astrosmokism. Slaughtering animals is prohibited, killing them is disapproved, meat eating is disapproved. So it's not completely banned, but they just don't like it. And we have a strong connection to animals, because we get all this from animal personhood. The high life is our drug background, so it gives us some things, some rituals and some roles, but it also has it where we get a mood buff for taking drugs. So the reason I do this is because when it gets tough and your mood gets crazy, as long as somebody is your religion, you can right click them and have them go smoke a smoke leaf joint, and they'll get a huge mood buff because they get it from the drug, plus they also get one from just having the high life trait in their religious background. So it can make the difference between them having a mental breakdown, and it can save your run really quick. A lot of people don't like to use smoke leaf because it reduces consciousness, and if you're like at 10 consciousness and you lose 10% consciousness, you're dead. So they don't like to do that because it just puts you closer to death. I don't give a shit. I have never had anybody in any of my runs die from smoking smoke leaf, and I've done it every run since I've started playing the game. Just kind of how I played when I started out. So I can hear violent animal sounds, means predators are killing things near us, and I need to make sure that they're not killing my dog. Because we are bonded, I think. I'm pretty sure we can look in animals. Yeah, we're bonded, but she's not my master yet. I'm going to go ahead and... These are her skills. I'm just going to select all these to check marks so that when my guy has spare time and food, he will try to train her to do those skills. This will raise his animal skill, which will help us herd. And we're going to train some elephants for defense. I always do that. Because it's always nice to just have an elephant standing beside you when you're fighting a raider solo. Actually, it makes a lot of difference, believe it or not. Training the dog will help us get our skill up for that. We have some elephants right here. You can kind of see some of the animals on the map by their silhouette. You can also click the wildlife tab and just scroll through and see everything. I was going to look for boomalopes, but I can see right here we don't have any. Although we do have some seals. That's pretty cool. I think they're predators, so I probably can't train them up. Just because I don't keep predators. They'll eat my other pets if they get super hungry, I think. So I just kill them off. And we do get a debuff for that, because they're innocent animals, but I don't give a shit. I'm not letting them eat my dog. This is how I would be if I were really out in the Rim frontier. They're not killing my doggy. Not much to do at night. I probably should plan some things out. Like, we know this is going to be all of our food here. And other things. So we want to build the kitchen right here. So I'm going to go ahead and plan that out while he's doing all of this. It'll take him some time to plan all that. We want the stove. We can go to production. We're going to build an electric stove. It's going to give you... You're going to have a penalty because you're outdoors. Don't worry. It won't be... Okay, so he's going to build this right away. I don't want him to do that. I want to interrupt him. Because if he builds this out in the rain, it's going to take damage and deterioration and shit. Right now, it's okay. I think it might still deteriorate. So now that I have my stove, I don't need my kitchen to be any bigger than the dimensions of like the bare minimum. Right? So the stove is going to be there. We're going to put a chair right here. And then we're going to put walls right here. And a door right here. And I'll build a light in the kitchen. We need light so that it improves our work speed. Alright, so just by the fact that we have the kitchen right there, we know the storeroom is going to need to be attached right here. Right? And then I'm going to put a cooler right here, because we're going to need this to freeze the meals. And then we're going to put some shelves. Shelf. I set these up in a very meticulous way, but I think it helps a lot. So if you want to see my method, here's what we'll do. I'm going to take this shelf right here. We're going to clear all, and we're going to select raw food, and pretty much everything's okay for raw food. We're going to put chocolate and baby food, and then we're going to copy settings, and we're going to paste it here, here, and here. So we have 4 shelves for that. And then we're going to select this, and we're going to clear all, and we're going to allow meals, and we're going to copy settings, and we're going to paste that here. So these 4 shelves will hold all of our raw stuff, and these 2 shelves will hold our meals. We'll probably only need 1 shelf for meals, so we might change this later. But for now, that should be okay. One thing I need to do, I'm going to just check plant matter and copy and paste and paste and paste. That way our cycloid leaves and our hops and our smoke leaves and all that stuff will go in there too. Those things will deteriorate over time, but very much less so if they're in a fridge. Alright, we want lights for the kitchen, for the storeroom. I need to go to furniture, selecting wall lamps. I'm going to put one here and here. That should give us enough light. We also need a door for this room. And then I need to build sort of the rec room right here. The reason I'm not building the corners is because you don't need them. The room will still close without it. I'm going to put doors here so we can get through, and we need a table. I'm going to get the 2x2. And we need chairs. We're going to put one right here. We can rotate this with E and Q. And then I'm going to grab recreation, and I'm going to build a chess table here. So now we can walk the dog for recreation. We have the horseshoe, we have the chess table, and we need some light. That should give us plenty of light, and then we can expand this room out more. And none of this stuff will work without power. So we need a wood fire generator to start, and we can switch to different kinds once we have better tech. But wood fire is fine for now. This is not messing up our farm, is it? No, it's not. So I could just build this right here. And then I'm going to take power as well and run this so that we have power to everything. I'm going to run it through here. I'm just going to build a circuit. And that way everything in this room for sure will have power, and we can branch off of this. And I'm just going to let him go. He's going to do all of his stuff at his own pace. I'm going to check his work. I want to get him down to... Okay, what I want him to do is I want him to grow first, construct second, and then he can haul same priority as everything else. That way he'll start growing the food. He's really behind on this. But we should have enough meals. The only concern that I have... Yeah, we got 25, so that's enough for a while. Our pet eats these too. And once we start rescuing people and capturing them and all that stuff, we'll need a lot more food. So we want to get ahead of it growing. I'm kind of glad he's growing the corn first. Corn takes a long time to grow, but it has a high yield. So you'll get a bunch of corn whenever it's ready to harvest. Rice grows the quickest. We also planted some heel root, some smoke leaf, and some cotton. We want cotton because it helps us make clothes, and like our people will get a mood debuff if they have tattered apparel. So we need to set up a tailor bench and make clothes just so they'll have new clothes. What else was I gonna say? Damn. Yeah. So he's playing horseshoes right now for his recreation. If I click on him, well, he's done. But if I highlighted his shooting skill, you would see it would be going up a little bit at a time as he played horseshoes. Nothing much going on at night. We're sleeping through the night. We'll check his mood. He ate without a table, so they get a debuff for that. Awful bedroom, which is the storeroom right now is his bedroom, so that's why it's awful. Let's take a look and see. Doggy's okay. She's still getting over her plague, but it's almost gone. And let's see. What else do we have? He's got a passion for his work. He was nuzzled. He's wearing a flat cap, which is part of our religion, so it just gives him 1. But it's something. His recreation's satisfied. He still has his optimism and very low expectations. So right now he's up here working the fields in the pouring rain. It's been raining for a long time, just like real life here. A couple of days now, and it seems like we still got a few more to go. So... I'm just hoping and praying everything's going right with this stream. I haven't really checked it since I started, but last time it kind of went crazy. So I hope it looks good. I hope it runs good. I hope the replay's good. I hope you guys are having fun watching it and maybe learning something. And if not, if I'm being stupid, tell me, teach me. Go in the comments and tell me how it could be better. So he's got most of the garden taken care of. We're probably going to have an event soon. If not a person. Yeah, he's praying. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so we can click on him now and we can look at his shooting. Ah, you son of a bitch. But it was at 41. It's at 47 now, so it went up some. We have a lot of wood. Because we cut a bunch down building this room. And that's the good thing about having your stockpile right by whatever resource. So I always farm the resources near my stockpile first because they're right here. And our guy will carry them to it more quickly than he will other places. If you have trees growing in your stockpile like this, even better, just cut them down. They're already here. In fact, I'm just going to give orders to chop wood. So we have this event called Mechanoid Signal. You can accept this and a grav engine will fall out of the sky and you can get the grav engine and you can start building your Odyssey ship. This quest never expires and it requires you to go pick up a bunch of shit and haul it to your stockpile. So I am going to do it, but we can leave it here forever. Till whenever you're ready to do this. You don't have to accept it. It doesn't run out. Just take your time. We need to get our base established so that we don't die. So we'll do that first, and then we'll worry about the fancy grav ship. There might be some hardcore badasses who could just start from here and build it up. But the grav ship is still new to me. Odyssey is still new to me. I've had it for a while. I'd say I got about a 75% good grasp of how most of the stuff in Odyssey works, but not everything. And I did try to play on some of the new biomes. The mushroom one and the dark is really cool, but I didn't have the right ideology for it. I think you need to be like a tunneler, if I can talk. The tunnelers have like a darkness meme in their religion, and it makes them love to be in the dark, and that map is dark all the time. He's kind of haphazardly just building everything. I wish there was like there's probably a mod for this that makes him build smart. Well, he'll like finish the walls first and then the lights and then the furniture, but in the meantime, this is fine. We'll just let him do this. And then after he gets the kitchen and everything built so that we can store our food properly, I'll have him start working on bedrooms and hospital and bed cell. One of the first things we need is a research bench, and we need to make stone blocks and cloth. We need like a tailor bench. All those things are kind of like my early primary goals for setting up the basics of the base. Chess table needs chairs. Yeah, so we built the chess table first, but not the chairs. It doesn't matter. This kind of matters. I don't like this being outside, but it won't be outside for long, and if it ever needs to be fixed, they'll repair it. So just let them keep building. So now the chess table has chairs. We're not getting that warning anymore. He's botching a lot, but he shouldn't be, really. This construction it's a 4. I guess that's kind of crappy. The thing about this guy is he'll eventually become really good at everything because you start with only him, which means he has to do everything. We just had a cobra kill this parrot. This sweet little parrot. Man, that could have been my doggy. I might have to go out here and draft this guy. The Cobra's going away, so I'll leave him alone for now. Because sometimes the predators do wander away just randomly through RNG. But if he's hungry, see he's coming back. Alright, enough of this. My dog's right here. So let's go shoot this guy to death. See, because of my religion, oh, I killed an innocent cobra, -5, but it's okay. We still got plenty of things buffing our mood. He's just finishing all the things that we had queued up, but he does have a table to sit at and eat with now, so he won't hopefully get that. Ate without a table, it expires in 12 hours, so at least he didn't refresh it, I guess. I don't know. Right now he's walking the dog, so he gets recreation for that. That helps give you... Your pawns need a variety of things to do. They need either drugs, or plus a horseshoe, or horseshoe plus table, or if you're willing to go to mods like I am, you can walk your pets for recreation. Sometimes they'll play fetch and things like that too. I just think that's a cool little thing that doesn't change the game significantly enough. I can throw it in. Especially since almost every run I lean pretty heavily into animals. Where did I put my dumping stockpile? Or did I even make one? I think that's why I'm not hauling bodies. No, I did. It's over here. Holy shit, that's a long way. But we're going to mine all this stuff, so we don't want it over here. Because we'll run past all those bodies. We got a drifters passing by. It's just a random event that we got from Randy. Maybe we could throw the bodies over here, but even still, we're going to mine all this. Probably this eventually. I need an area where there's nothing. Like jack shit. We have an event, the exotic goods trader. You can jump to location. It's right here. These guys. They'll come hang out at our base. You can select your pawn and right click the trader, and we'll just go see what he's got. Exotic usually has good stuff. One rule of thumb I would recommend is buy components every time they're available. So we got 20, that takes a good chunk of money from us. We'll take this Glitter World medicine, so now we have about 675 left. What else does he have that we can get? Legacy of Danny, good. This gives us mining. I'm going to buy this book. This will also help children if they join our colony and they want to read a book. We'll have a book for them to read. It also, I think, gives you recreation to read. This gives us a social, but we don't really need that, I don't think. This is actually pretty good. I'll buy this. That's almost all of our money. I think we have like 200 gold left, but we'll look around the map and see if there's anything we can mine. Like, we'll look for weird discolorations in the ore, like right here. This is silver, so we can mine this out and get some of our silver back. I'm just going to click this and click mine vein, and they'll do it whenever they get to it. Mining is way low down on our list of priorities right now. We're growing first, which is all done. So we can just put that back to 3. We'll set construction to 1, so he just builds all this stuff. And then we want him to haul next, so he gets this dead bird out of here. Got killed by the cobra. Rest in peace, little parrot. He's building all this stuff. I'm super happy about that. You see all our shit is just laying on the ground. He'll take care of that because we've got haul on a good priority after he finishes building all this stuff. He's doing his recreation. These guys will come in and use your table. They just make themselves right at home. We're out of steel now, so we need to mine some. So where was that silver? It's way somewhere else, isn't it? Right here. So what I'm going to do now is look nearby and see if there's steel. There is steel. So I'm going to mine that vein. That way he'll do all the mining, and it's kind of close to our base. There you go. He fed the wood fire generator wood because he's on haul duty. So that powers up our base, and then our food's in here on the shelf. So we can go ahead and set our cooler. We see right now it's the target temperature is 70. We want this to refrigerate our food. So we hit minus 18 twice and it gets down to 34, and now this room will be, we'll click on these. It says refrigerated. Refrigerated. I can say it. I'm a grown up. And now it won't spoil for like 1 to 2 years. So produce keeps for a long time. Meals will spoil more quickly. But this will keep them good for like 2 or 3 days, I think. And your pawns should be eating through them. There we go. He's hauling all this stuff now. All the Glitter World medicine. Extra components. We got 43. We'll always be needing these to build things. Always. So buy them every time you can. Alright, all this stuff is built up pretty good. I have a nice start to my base. I do want a lamp. Let's see. Standing lamp. I'm going to put it right in the middle of this room so that it gives us light, but we don't have any steel right now. So what I need to do is go to his priorities, put construction to a 3 and put mining to a 1. And he'll go work on this stuff now. This is the compacted steel. Even though I selected this first, he's doing this because it's the closest thing to him. It's the first thing he ran into. And in fact, this is steel. We can deconstruct this, and we'll get steel from that. But we get a lot more from this. This won't yield as much. However, he'll do it faster. We're just going to get about 100 or so, and then we'll set him back to construction. There we go. He's going to eat his meal. He's going to take this. I'm actually going to have him. It's fine. He'll run forever, but it's not that far. We don't need that much. We just got one area to build right here. This has no power, so we need to go to power. And we have this conduit. We're just going to run it down to about here so that it can connect. He'll build that up too. He's walking the doggy. Yep. This is his recreation time. If we look at the schedule, I set it 19 through 21. You really only need about 2 hours, but I give him 3, and here's why. Because sometimes they're doing some kind of task, and it takes them a while to finish, and takes them so long that they skip right over their recreation time, and they get exhausted, and they run to bed, and they go to sleep. And then you look at their mood, and they're getting a debuff because their recreation isn't fully satisfied. So if you don't give them enough time to do it, they'll skip it, and then they'll get a debuff. And the thing about these debuffs is they'll eventually make you have a mental break, and you lose control of the character. So you're just waiting for them to go back to normal. There's nothing you can do to get them under control. I guess you can arrest them and put them to bed. I think that snaps them out of it. But then they get another mood debuff on top of the one they were already suffering for being arrested. And sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes I beat them up and just take them to bed. Just knock them unconscious. But he's going to go build all this stuff. I don't really have money, that's why. And this is a war merchant. They're selling me weapons. So because there's light in here now, we'll just do everything in here faster. But let's see what he's got. Trade with him. We still have some money. We have 181. We might have something we can sell him, like gold. If we had a bunch of gold on the map, I would just sell it all, but we don't. I'm going to take some herbal medicine. I'm going to spend the rest of our money on it. We'll grow some, but this gives us some in the meantime. And I don't want it to get rained out. So I'm just going to have him prioritize hauling it. That way if somebody gets the flu or a bruise or something stupid, we don't have to use Glitter World medicine for that while we wait for this stuff to grow. It's only at 51% growth rate. Alright, so we got the storeroom. We got the kitchen. This stuff is already ready to harvest. So he's deconstructing this and now hauling it. So that's pretty good. We're almost out of food though. We have 8 meals left, so I'm not going to sweat it just yet. We have a taper that's self-tamed. This guy just wants to be our friend, our female. We go to animals. We see we need a pin for this. I don't have a pin yet. So this is nice, but I'm not going to fuck with this taper and spend all this time building a pin just because it joined us. It's not really even that good for anything. Although, there is stuff added into Odyssey now where you can increase... Okay, so I didn't see this before, but this is a huge section of gold ore. So if we run into a merchant, we can just sell them the ore that we have, the gold. I'm going to go to this guy and sell him everything. That gets us some money back. And we know we're going to get the gold back after we mine this. I don't know what he's going... There we go. He returned the taper to the wild. It was nice that it's self-tamed, but it's not going to do us any good. It's just going to be a liability. I'm going to build out some bedrooms. I wish I could replant this orange tree because it'll give us food, but I need to build a room right here, so I'm going to lay my rooms out like this. I'm skipping the one in the middle. Then I'll use that to build my cross. I want to pause here because he's building this up really fast. Make sure I put my doors so that way he doesn't build himself into a room he can't get out of. I don't think he'll do that, but you can always deconstruct it if he does that, but we don't want to do all that. We want to just build it right the first time. This is why the 11 by 11 is helpful. I'm actually going to clear some of these plans so you can see. But yeah. The 11 by 11 allows us to build 4 perfect little bedrooms that are all even. It looks nice. It'll become cramped, but just to start with, it's nice. And everybody gets their own little bedroom. You can build a nice little 11-11 like this. Hollow out the middle, the 9 by 9 part. The 11 part becomes your border, your perimeter, your frame, like this square right here. And the 9 by 9 part becomes the area where you build everything in the middle. Just like this. Exactly the same as our storeroom. We haven't gotten a lot of events at all, really. So I think Randy's going kind of easy on us. He's not asleep. He did send us things, but it wasn't negative so far. I'm going to let him go ahead and sleep through the night because he's already close to getting to his bedtime. See, it's warning us we have low food. We'll take care of that tomorrow. We still have 4 meals, which is more than enough to get through the day. Yep. So while he's sleeping, that's fine. I want his bedroom to be right here. So what I'm going to do is make sure I have his bed selected. Reinstall, put it right here. I'm going to build an end table. You want that because it gives them comfort. I'm going to click Maymay's sleeping spot and put a copy of it right there. And I'll delete hers after she wakes up. I want to have a light in my room, so I'll go to furniture and put the wall lamp right here over the bed. And then I'm going to build myself a dresser. That'll give you extra comfort. So everything fits really nicely into this little 4x4 or whatever it is. Normal. The quality of everything's pretty normal. Hopefully this is good. Normal, so yeah, not going to get any like bad or poor or awful debuffs for that. He doesn't really have anything else to do, so he's harvesting the food, but that's kind of good. So what I'm going to do is go to plant cut at 1 and grow. No. Haul is at 2. That's perfect. I'm going to go to orders and harvest all this. 65%, 75%. We'll let that keep growing. And then I'm going to go to my electric stove and add a bill that says cook simple meal. So we'll make food. We want to go to details, and I'm going to set do until you have and 20. That way we will have 20 meals on hand. If we rescue anybody, if we save anybody from transport pod crash, if we beat up any prisoners and take them hostage, we'll have food. So he should cut all this stuff first and then replant it right away, I hope, if I've set it up right. There we go. I hope that's right. Maybe he'll haul it after this. If he doesn't, we'll set everything to 3 when he's done planting, and we'll just have him haul on high priority. Oh, he's still cutting the trees. That's okay. We needed this wood. I'll let him go ahead and do this, because we will need this. We spent a lot, and we're going to build beds, and we're going to keep building and building and building. And until we can make stone blocks, we need it to all be wood. So, yeah. There we go. He's growing now. He'll do a little bit of this before recreation. So now he's going to walk the dog and play some horseshoes. But at least he's not getting... We can't have this guy go crazy. We can't have him have a mood break, because he's our only guy. So if we do that... okay, there's 2 copies. I'm going to set this one's owner to Maymay and delete this. And now we have a space in our storeroom, so we're just going to expand zone and fill it out. That way the whole thing's full. Eventually we'll move to more specialized store zones, and we'll have shelves where everything's kept, but for now it's okay to have one big storeroom where you keep everything that isn't your food. The food needs to be refrigerated if possible. Once we get all this stuff stored, you'll kind of see the method behind why I set the kitchen up this way, with the shelves in just the exact kind of way where they only hold certain items. But basically when he cooks, he'll only walk to about right here, and he'll take the ingredients and cook them and then put them right here. So he'll just bam bam, he makes like a quick little triangle where he produces the most food possible in the shortest amount of time. He's gonna go ahead and plant that, finish it up. I guess he's doing the cotton too. Okay, he's not doing what I want him to do, which is haul. So I'm going to take all of his priorities off and put him to haul, and then I'm going to select him and have him prioritize hauling rice. So he'll start taking this shit in here. He's hauling to get the power in. That's okay. He wants to make sure the base has power. Let's make sure he gets all this rice. Okay, now that he's got all of that, I'm going to stop him. We don't need him to be on high priority for that. We need him to cook. So now I'm going to click him and prioritize cooking at the stove. So you can see he does it really quick. Right now this is not ideal because we have dirt floors for everything, and our kitchen is getting like a cleanliness debuff. Sterile tile is the best if you can afford it, but you have to research it and you need silver. So it literally costs you money to make it. But steel tile is okay. Steel tile has a high cleanliness rating, so you can use that as well. Almost all your stuff does not need floors. You guys really don't get much of a mood debuff for it. You can build it later, and you will need them later, but at the start you can see I don't have floors in any of my shit, and it's okay. It's not, he's not getting a mad because no floors debuff. He wants a bed to sleep in, he wants a table to eat at. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so we have our first raid. They're not attacking us right away. It's a male 45, good at shooting, sucks at melee, doesn't really have anything we want because they're abrasive pyromaniacs, which means they're going to have mental breakdowns more often, and when they have mental breakdowns they're going to start a fire, and they have creepy breathing, and their skills are all just mediocre. So we're not keeping this guy, we're killing him for trespassing. He's down here. He'll hang out for a while before he attacks, and we'll get a notification when he's attacking. We kind of want to wait and let him come to us. I'll keep an eye on him, and I'll pause the game and get ready for combat when he starts running at us. Okay, he's coming at us. I'm going to pause. I need a drink. I'll be right back. 1 minute. Alright, we're back. Sorry for the delay. I'm going to select my guy now that the raid is starting, and I'm going to draft him by pressing R. We need to find a place with some good cover. Right here seems good. I don't know where this guy's going to path, but I bet he's going to come up through here. Yep. So he'll start shooting whenever we get close enough. He's got a club. Yep, he's in range. We're missing everything. It's not helping that it's dark, so he's getting close. I'm going to go ahead and run back to here, just so he doesn't get up on us and start beating us, and that'll give us a little bit of time to fire some more close shots. I did hit him. I'm going to run inside. Oh, we didn't get a chance. He's already on us. Can I break away from him? Yes. I'm going to go inside, and then I'm going to equip this mace if I can, so that way I'll be better at fighting in melee. There we go, and then I'm gonna try to fight it out. I think my melee is better than his. He has 1 and I have 6. We got him. He's dead. Okay, so that was close. One thing we need to do is allow self-tend. I only have bruises. It's not that bad. We really kind of whipped his ass. So I'm going to set my medicine to herbal, and then I'm just going to let him go so that he heals himself up. Because we only have this guy. You can see our wounds put us at 77% consciousness, 41% movement. So as we heal up, this will get a little bit better. But yeah, we can't really afford to have our asses all whipped up like this, since we're the only pawn that we have. And this guy died. We did, even if we wanted him, which we didn't, we wouldn't have had a chance. Alright, he's gonna get our meals cooked up because I have him at highest priority on cooking, and now he's resting. Can you just haul this guy out of here? Prioritize hauling him. The doggy is trained up, but right now she has none of her skills except tameness. So, he's running way over here to my super way too far away dumping zone, but that's fine. Just dump the corpse and go back to bed if he needs to heal up. I really don't want him to do that, but I'll start planning out this other room. Let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is look at the power. I need to run it through here. This should power all those rooms off of this one line. But then what we'll do is we'll put a light. We'll put another bed. We're just going to mirror the other room. End table. Dresser. The end table and the dresser gives them comfort, so that helps their mood. I think it makes the room less awful. It makes it better. I guess that's the way of looking at it. You can toggle the room display here, and when we look, you can see the bedroom is -8 impressiveness, so it's awful. The wealth is impoverished. It's rather tight. It's ugly. It's dirty. All these things will improve as we put floors in. It's really not that bad. Everything is normal quality. If it was good or excellent quality, he would like it better. So we'll start to produce those as we get better at construction. Right now, Red's construction is only at a 5, but almost at a 6. So he's about to start getting pretty good at it, I think. Where he'll start making better quality things and making it faster. Let's see, I'm going to click on him. He's still sleeping off the pain. But he's sleeping too much, so I'm going to bump his bed rest up to 3. I guess he doesn't have anything else to do. No, he has construction. Let's get construction down. There we go. We'll start building this. Maybe I just didn't have a good enough priority set for him. Do we still have some? No. So we don't have any steel left laying on the ground. I need to make sure, what is this priorities? We don't want him to prioritize cooking to where he'll interrupt everything and go cook. But I'm going to put mining at 2, so he'll go mine steel and get more of what he doesn't have that he still needs to build this. I'm trying to get another bedroom set up because one way or another we're going to have a new survivor soon, whether they come through an event, whether we capture them, whether we rescue, whatever. They're going to show up soon. We're going a long time without having one, and I think the game tries to throw events at you that'll get you up to a certain number. So Flash Storm's kind of bad. It'll make fire if it goes near us. See how it's creating fire all over the map? It'll just burn every damn thing. We can't stop it. We just hope it doesn't get our base. Right now, Red does not care. He's got a smoke leaf joint from somebody. I think that guy we killed dropped it. So he's just living it up. And you can see because of our religion, he's getting a buff for high life. He gets a +3 mood modifier. So that's one of the reasons that I take that. It just takes something that boosts your mood and it makes it boost it even more. That way, if you're having like a quick, if you can see your guy's in the red, like he's about to have a mental breakdown, you can send him to just smoke a smoke leaf joint really quick. And you don't need anything special. You just need a crafting spot and smoke leaves, and you can make smoke leaf joints. So we're going to get to that soon. I also need to make sure he equips this rifle back. So he's going to build the end table, and because I right-clicked, he's going to go ahead and prioritize it. We would have been way better off fighting with that uranium mace than just beating him with the charge rifle. Even though he had a steel club, it's still a melee weapon. This is not. It's just our gun. We're beating him with the butt of our gun. So switching to the uranium mace. The reason that I give us a uranium mace at the start, it's just normal quality. It's not special, but it is the strongest against like heavy armor because it deals bashing damage as a mace, and it's made of uranium, which is like a really heavy duty item. But when it comes to like beating down turrets or beating things that have high armor like mechanoids, having that uranium mace really just beats the shit out of them. It's not a terribly complex weapon or anything. It just rocks them. Alright, this is kind of... I guess I'll let him do this out for the day. We do need the metal. We'll need it eventually. You can see we have a spare room here now. What I need next is facilities to build stuff, probably. Probably what I really need next is a room for research, but we don't have anybody to do any of that stuff. So it really doesn't matter at this point. We need some more colonists. Okay, we got this stuff mined out. Next order of business is going to be... I'm going to let him go ahead and run. He got up early. Chop all this wood that is near the stockpile zone already. All this. And then this shit is already almost grown. This is 68. We'll leave that. This is all ready to harvest. Go ahead and get the smoke leaves. This is 98% grown. Okay, red's fully healed. Go ahead and harvest this. We don't have any... Well, we do. We have some 113 rice. But what we'll do... Go ahead and harvest this. Go ahead and harvest all this. Because he's already going to be plant cutting. We're going to set plant cutting to the highest priority. Take him off mine, and we'll set grow to the second highest priority, and haul. Because grow comes before haul, he'll grow things before he tries to haul things. And we'll just see how this works. I want him to cut all this shit, and I want him to cut all the trees so that we'll have more wood for building. We also need it for fuel right now because our wood-fired generator's out. We might be able to have him just go ahead and refill it with what we have. Yeah, that way our food won't spoil, and he'll go ahead and cut the rest of the wood that we've designated around the base. We use that for more beds and for more furniture. Let's see, the quality of this stuff is good, normal, good. So I'm going to chop this stump, and then I'll switch Red's bedroom over here to the good stuff. I'll let him get a mood buff from it. We got a solar flare event. It just knocks out your power, but it goes away after a short time. We're very popular. We have a combat supplier. We have no money, but as soon as we get maybe one more person, I'm going to start mining all this gold and silver out. Red has got really good plants, but he's starting to get decent mining. Let's see what these guys have to sell. They have medicine. That's good. We can't afford it, but let's see if we can sell them something. We'll sell them a steel club. It doesn't get us anything. Okay, so we can't afford this much medicine. Let's zero it out, and let's see what we can afford. We can afford that much. Don't want to sell any of this stuff, so we'll just go to 8 medicine. And now we have some really high ultra tech medicine. We have some Stone Age caveman herbal medicine, and we have some just normal industrial tech medicine, so we have a little bit of everything, and we can judge how serious the wound is and use the best medicine accordingly. Eventually we're going to get to a point where we can make industrial tech medicine, and we'll have a ton of it. But we'll have to grow a lot of heal root first, and then we'll have to research it all. Of course, we don't have any research right now. And then on top of that, we'll have to I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, we need something called neutroamine. You can't make it without a mod, but you can buy it from people. This is just saying this person is passing by. It's just a random thing. It gives you a random event where you can maybe trade with them or talk to them, or you can beat them up, capture them, imprison them, harvest their organs. All the goofy shit that people like to do in Rimworld. War crimes, basically. There we go. I want to let him keep cutting, but I wanted to make him fill this up, this generator, while we had the wood so that we get our power back and our food stays good. You can see our meals spoil in 20 days as long as they're refrigerated. They're pretty good. We'll eat all of them before this. We only have 6 left, so I need to have him cook some more. But I'm gonna let him just cut all this shit first. And then I'm going to set him to haul. He's doing it already, so I don't even need to set him to haul. Go. That should give us a lot of wood, and it's overcast. I thought maybe we had an eclipse because it looks kind of dark. Now he's growing everything again. He's cut all the plants, so he can leave this shit on the ground for now. It's not that big of a deal. So take a break for his meal. Oh, we still have 13, so we have a lot. It's not even really close. He can just take his time and do this at his own pace. But the most important thing is to make sure after you cut the plants, cut them all, but then regrow them immediately so that the clock is already counting down for you to have more food. This is only if you do this farmer lifestyle like I do. You can hunt and kill every animal on the map and have all this meat. I just don't do that. I love animals, and I have it in my religion to where we get debuffs if we do that, so I rely pretty heavily on growing crops. But the reason I chose a jungle map near the equator is we have permanent summer. So we can grow year-round. We never have winter. We don't have to worry about a period of time where our crops don't grow or growing inside. You can do hydroponics and you can create a sun lamp, but sun lamps take a ton of power. So I look for fertile ground and I start my base kind of near that so I can do all my crops. We got lucky. We have a big patch right here that allows us to kind of grow everything we need in one spot. We need more cotton, but we can turn on the fertility overlay and see, if I want to space it out, I can grow some more, and I can just grow it on normal soil. It doesn't have to be rich soil, but rich soil gives you like 110% growth rate or something like that. So it makes it grow faster than you even normally would. Really surprised we don't have any more people. I guess there was lots of chances for me to kidnap people and brainwash them, but I'm pretty nice. I'll do that to raiders, especially if they're good. But most people I'll save. Most, even the damn stupid paralytic ablasia people. I swear there was a period where I was like, does everybody in Rimworld have paralysis? Because you'll get this colonists that'll want to join, but they have paralytic ablasia, which means they lay in a bed for 36 days while you feed them, and they don't do shit. And you eventually get the colonists, but it's feels like such a waste of time and resources. You have to constantly take time to feed them and talk to them and cheer them up and all this shit while they're in bed. You can use like 10 Glitter World medicine and cure it instantly. but your medicine has to be super high, and I didn't cheese this out. I just let him have kind of mediocre stats. We're in a heat wave, so it's only 95 degrees outside. I'm going to set Meme's bed here. I'm going to reassign Red's bed here because it's a nicer bedroom. And then I'm going to build a cooler temperature, a passive cooler out of wood. And I'm going to right click Red and have him focus on it. Because we're in a heat wave, we don't want him to like sleep in the heat and get pissed off about that and all that shit. Plus, if they start to have heat stroke, they'll go in here and it'll cool them off. Let me toggle off the room display. You can see when I hover over this, indoors it's 62 degrees. Outside 96. Inside nice and cool. Outside 93. We have a quest offer. It's called Forced Weather for Sammy. We can accept forced weather in exchange for these rewards, but it doesn't say what it is. Rainy thunderstorm. So it'll just rain and lightning will strike for 14 days. That's okay. If the lightning bolts start a fire, the rain will put it out. If any kind of fire is started, as a matter of fact, the rain will put it out instantly. I think we're going to take this. This gives us an animal quad Tesla cannon. Holy shit. So this is an implant you can put on an animal, and it gives them a ranged plasma attack. Wow. This is the Sharp Great Bow, a great bow with customized parts. So one thing Odyssey added is unique items that have customized parts, and it gives you bonus stuff. I don't know what's better about it. It has piercing arrows, a gold inlay, and it's cumbersome. It's unwieldy to use. It makes it take longer to aim. The gold inlay makes it beautiful, and it has a higher market value, so we can sell it for more. And it gets 30% armor pin from piercing arrows, which makes it worth more. It's kind of cool. I think I want these books, because this is an excellent quality one. In this we discover a quest. That's cool. I'm taking that one. So we'll have a rainy thunderstorm for 14 days. That kind of sucks, but yeah, he's already hauling this stuff, I guess. I don't know what this is. We need to go read it. Yeah, read it. Oh, he's not doing it. Well, at least it's inside. It's not laying out on the ground. We have a quest active called Ship to the Stars. You can do this anytime you want. It's a method of getting off the planet that means you just go to this location, to his ship. Right? So we are, where are we? Where is home? Whoops. We don't want to do that. We are right here, right? That ship is right here. So you can form caravans and haul and quest your way all the way up to this ship if you want to, and then activate this, whatever this is. I don't want to do this. Let's cancel this. But whatever it is. I think it's a AI. You activate it, and it allows you to fly off. You can like build your ship around it maybe. I've never done it. I've built the normal ship where you just research everything and build it and then fly away. I've done the royalty ending where you have like a royal parade or some shit for the high stellarch. Have I done anything else? A lot of my runs just end. They just end from death or because I get bored. I want to try something new, or I reach a dead end where I can't really go any farther with what I'm trying to do in the theme, and I just start over sometimes, but we'll try to play this one through. These guys left us some silver, how nice. We'll try to play this one through until we get the grav ship at least. I want to try it out. So we want to have the grav ship and fly around the world and do those cool quests. See what that works like. So we'll play for a good long while. Because I need the colony up and running. I need other survivors, which I think we've been going for at least an hour and a half and we haven't gotten any. I could be wrong. It might not be that long yet. Close to it. Yeah. So you can see we have a ton of food. And that's why I dedicate so many shelves to it. It's going to fill up way faster than the meals. The meals barely are going to take up one shelf. And maybe only that. We have cotton and smoke leaves and all this stuff laying on the ground. He'll eventually get to it, I guess. We'll change his priorities to hauling, so he hauls all that stuff. That way it's not just laying out here deteriorating. We do want the cotton. We have 200 of it. We could make some stuff right away. So the next thing I'm going to do is build this. I'm going to build a workroom right here. I'm going to put the doors right here. And then I'm going to put a stonecutter's bench, stonecutter's table right here. And I'll go to miscellaneous, tool cabinet. Let's go look at the electric hand tailor bench. Go right there. And I'll just build copy right there like that. We want chairs for our workbenches. And then the rest of this room, I'm going to put a whole lot of shelves. And the reason we're going to have all these shelves is for all of our clothes and our cloth and our textiles, and it'll build up quick, trust me. Just like we did for the kitchen, I'm gonna take probably, I'm gonna set this to clear all, and then we're gonna go down to manufactured textiles and just check that, and it will allow all textiles. All right. So that's the only thing we want. We want to copy these settings and paste, paste. We're going to do 6 of these. That should, we'll do 9 because we're going to have a lot of textiles. Then for these, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to clear all, and we're going to only allow apparel. Copy these settings and then paste. Paste, 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 and paste. Now this will set up to where this tailor can make clothes super efficiently. They'll have everything they need. All the cloth will be in here, and then they'll store the clothes on the shelf over here, and people will come get new stuff. We got a mad alpaca. Uh-oh. He's mad. You can ignore him. If you want to see where the enemies are, you can scroll up as high as you can go. You can see red entities are trying to kill you. He might go to sleep or lose his rabidness by the morning, but if he doesn't, we'll just get up and we'll fight him fair and square. We have forced weather, for 12 more days. Somebody joins, okay? So let's look. He's an abandoned child. His name is Benny. I like him already because his name's Benny. His best stat is melee level 7. He's really good. So we're going to give him the Uranium Club. We'll just accept this guy. I don't know what we're getting, but look, we're lucky. He's already our religion. I could tell because he's wearing the flat cap, the green flat cap, similar to my hat. So this is good. Now we have 2 people that are our same religion. I'm going to give him this bed. Set owner Benny. Now he's got a bedroom. And we want to go look at his skills. We don't know what he got. He's an abandoned child, but he's industrious. So he works harder and faster. If he's only going to have 1 skill, that's a fantastic one to have. He's really good at melee and crafting. So he's going to be our tailor probably for a while. We're going to select him and right click him and have him grab that uranium mace because he has good melee. So we'll help him fight. Welcome to the colony, Benny. Oh, the mad alpaca. I forgot. So I'm going to draft so he fights. And then I'm going to have Benny. Once he gets this mace, he's going to come help us. The alpaca's getting it worse. Okay, Benny. Get him. I'm going to draft Benny. I'm going to have him attack this alpaca so that Red's not all alone. But he's doing okay. He's only bruised. We got him. We'll undraft these guys. And Red should go tend himself now. What's happening is the alpaca is not bleeding out, but it is down. So maybe it'll get back up and it won't be rabid anymore. Benny wants to name the colony, so let's randomize it, or Red does. The Planetary Confederation of Hien. Orlia Moral Accord. The Amalgamation of Nalium. The Free Federation of Iseria. I like it, and we're going to call it Verhalen. Okay, that's fine. I like this. Benny's doing stuff. What is he doing? His construction is 1, but he's got to start somewhere. I don't think it matters if any of these things are of good quality, so I'm just going to let him build all this shit. But what we need to do is get his firefight to 1, his patient to 1. We'll leave his doctor at 3. Actually, we'll put him at 1 because we only have 2 colonists. So if Red is in trouble, we want Benny to at least try. Red's only got 4. We'll leave their bed rest at 2, basic at 1. He doesn't have good social skills, so he won't really do warding. We can put him on animal handling. He's pretty good at that. And we want him to tailor at 2, and we want him to craft. Put Red at 3. This is all good for me right now. I'm just going to leave it as is. If the alpaca gets up and he's nice, we'll just let him be. Let bygones be bygones. Benny's training Mabel now, and we can see she's got 2 skills. She'll guard, so she can be assigned to a master, and she'll follow us and defend us. We want to go, because we're bonded with May, we want Red to be the master. Now, when I draft Red, she'll follow him, and if an enemy gets close to us in melee, she'll start attacking him. Kind of don't want that, because I don't really need her to come help us in combat. This is for roleplay, and I don't want my doggy to die. So I'll probably have her not follow me into combat. But we want to train her up for the skill anyway, and to give ourselves a better and better reading skill. All of our stuff is regrown, and we have food ready to harvest, basically, and our thing is full as hell. So what I'm going to do is have Red make up about... I'm going to go to details. We can change this to do until you have 30, and that way we'll have extra in the bank. We really only need about 20, but we might have more people show up, and we want to just go ahead and have the extra. So I think we're okay. Benny's schedule needs to copy hours, so you can copy and then paste. Copy, paste. Okay, the alpaca is up. it's not rabid anymore, so we're just going to leave it alone. We didn't have to kill it, so that's nice. I don't want to kill an alpaca, but I mean, if it's rabid. Okay, we have to interrupt our guys so they will go put these fire out. There we go. They have firefighting prioritized, so if they're not putting one out, draft them. It will interrupt their work. Then undraft them, and they'll go run to put it out. As long as it's in the home zone. Here's what I mean. Go to zone. Go to expand home, and it shows you this blue area. That's your home zone. So if the fire is close to your home zone but not in it, they won't put it out, and they'll just let it burn your base down. You have to make sure it's in the blue. However, right now we have forced weather for, what is it, 11 more days? So the rain will just put out any fires after a little while. But if lightning strikes our base and puts it on fire, we want to put that shit out right away. We got Red cooking. I'm going to put his cook down to 1 so he keeps doing it. Benny is idle. He doesn't have anything to do. He must not be able to build this stuff enough. We're going to put him on 3 and let him go build. He'll fuck it up some, but he'll get experience from this. It doesn't matter if these workbenches are good quality or not, or any of that. The chairs maybe, but not the shelves, not the walls. None of that matters. We have a fire, but it's over here because our dumping zone is close. We don't care about this. We don't care if this burns down. This is corpses. So we're going to clear our home zone of that. That way they won't run over here to put out fires in the dumping zone. Okay, we have a manhunter pack. These can be dangerous. It's parrots. 3 manhunting parrots. We can go to wildlife too and we can see them. The rabid ones, the manhunters, have these lightning bolts by them. So what we want to do is draft Red and Benny. These things will get up here pretty quick. We'll go right here and hopefully this will give us the cover we need. You can see the parrots fly. It lets them move really quickly sometimes. Chunks of spacecraft. Just make sure you select these and press X to deconstruct. That way you'll eventually take them apart and get the steel and the components. So Red is shooting. I got Benny here to cover. Benny just hit him and one-shot him. There we go. Everybody's relatively unscathed. Benny took a bite to his left arm and like he already had a scar to his left leg. But he's okay. He'll go lay down and Red will... Let's check his health. He has Glitter World. We don't want him to take that. We'll put him in Industrial. And we can use Industrial to heal him up. Red will go take care of that now that Benny's in bed. And they're both going to put out these fires. But Benny's just chilling and resting. There we go. Now Red has him patched up. He's feeding him. I'm going to go ahead and get ahead of this and start building these other rooms out. Light. Light. Bed. End tables. Dresser. Here we go. When we have new people, their room will already be ready. Looks like they're playing horseshoes. Now Red is praying. I'm going to build this guy a cooler in here, just so he has it. These are simple to build coolers if you don't have power. They just only take wood. And they don't drain your power if you only have a limited amount. Like, we only have this one generator right now, and it just ran out. So, I'll have Benny go prioritize it real quick. And I'm out of wood. You can see there's none in the stockpile. If you need to check, you can look up here. This is where all your like raw resources will be. You can see I only have silver. So I don't have any metal. I don't have any wood. I need to chop all this wood that is close to the stockpile already. And we need to finish mining this steel out. So, can Benny chop? Yes, he can. We'll set him to plant cut. Can Benny grow? Good enough for me. Yes, he can. And then we'll lower Red's mining to 2. So that when he's done cooking, he'll go mine. You can see they're deconstructing the spacecraft. As soon as he gets done with this, I'm going to have him prioritize the components because they deteriorate and the steel does not. But now we have a little bit more components, a little bit more steel. He's playing with the doggy. That's fine. We're mining this steel out, so that's good. But we need to get him cutting plants, so I'm going to put him down on major priority for that. I really don't want him building this stuff because he'll make it low quality. We'll let him cut plants. Red is mining. Mei Mei is wandering the perimeter, so that's fine. She's pretty safe. Good girl, Mei Mei. He's not doing too bad for having 3M plants. He's cutting these pretty fast. Let's see. We'll get about 500 steel if we can, somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe not, maybe less, but we just need enough to build for a while without having to do this. So I'm just gonna let them dedicate their day to this once, and then we'll go from there. All this shit is in the way of this room, and it's gonna have to go eventually anyway. So I'm gonna go to orders. I'm gonna select haul things. I'm just going to have them haul because there's chunks. There's marble and sandstone in here. These parrots are not allowed for some reason, so we'll allow them so that they can be hauled off to the dumping zone. What do we got? 200. He'll probably get us about 300 before he quits for the day. There he goes. 252 is alright for me, so I'm going to reset their priorities after they sleep. My dude in here reading in the dark. Okay. They're gonna sleep. We're good with Red mining. We want him to construct. And then I'm gonna put both of their hauls to 2 so that they'll get on that. And I think that's where we're going to save for here, for now. So we got 2 colonists. Everything's going pretty damn good. We're about to have a work facility set up so we can cut stone and make clothes. We have a kitchen full of food. We have more food on the way. No defenses yet, but this is still early in the base. The next thing we're going to build in the next run is probably a research facility. I don't know where yet. One of these 2 spaces, because that way we can start getting new technology. So I'm going to save this, and I really appreciate you guys watching and playing along with me. And yeah, if there's anything you like, if there's anything I'm doing right or wrong, if you just want to say hi, leave it in the comments. I'll be thrilled to hear from you. So until we pick this run up again next time, I really hope that the Stam stream worked, because they looked terrible the first 2 times I did Rimworld. I'll go check it right after this, but hopefully this is a good one. We had a good time on this one. So